So this is what's called water waves, and it's supposed to make waves, but I've actually already used this on my layout. Can you tell? I bet you can't. I actually use this to dam up the areas. So I put out water waves in several locations. And on the back, way off. So we can see. On the other side of this tunnel, I have water waves creating a dam. Up along here, right at the ridge of that waterfall, I have water waves creating a dam. I don't have any right here, but I do have some here creating a dam. The reason I don't have this here, this is going to be a waterfall. I have the water waves right at the edge again, creating a dam, and up here, creating a dam. The thing is, the stuff is supposed to get rubbery, so like if I put too much on the edge, I should be able to cut it off with an X-Acto knife once it's dry. So yeah, I did that. I didn't film it because it was not the easiest stuff to get on. Well, it's not hard to get on. I used a craft stick. I got them in these like things like this. Oh, ice cream stick. And you have to, it's really hard to see. It's really clear. So let me show you what stuff looks like when you open it up. It's like clear. It's like a clear gel. So I used not very much of it to put those little dams in there. So it says it's going to take about 24 hours to dry or whatever. So I'm going to wait for those to dry. Unfortunately, when this dries, it does shrink. I didn't realize to think that it would shrink. So I put all of them at 1/8 of an inch. But it shrank almost 1/16 of an inch. So that means I actually now have to go back and put more of this stuff on to get up to 1/8 of an inch. So then I can pour the realistic water so it won't, so the stuff won't spill off the edge. I just don't want it to spill off the edge. So this is day 2 of putting the caps or the little dams on, or day 2 of letting it dry. So obviously yesterday I told you to put that stuff on, which is the water waves. Bing! To say, or I'm happy to say, that they are actually at the right height now. So I can move to starting to pour the water stuff. So this is the beach I put in. It took a little while to dry because it's actual sand, but it's dry now and we can pour water. And then I put in this wild grass or stuff that would be by wetland area. And this was in that section where it was down. It was actually much further down than up here, so scale wise it looks good. Or the reeds and the beach area. Obviously this will be landscape back here. Just haven't got to it. And then this section right here is the other thing I'm talking about, putting some green stuff. But I put the overpass there so I could see like shadow wise where it'd be darker and whatnot. It looks pretty good from that angle. So I showed you a video of me last night, putting in this little section of that Bachmann Scene Scapes 2mm pull-apart static grass sheet. So what I did is I started with a base of several fine turfs by Woodland Scenic. I put a layer of white glue down and put in the blended turf, earth turf, and the burnt grass fine turf on down first, because when you pull this apart you can see through it, and I didn't want to see this base color. I wanted to see like other grass color underneath. And then I just kind of flooded the area with some of that scenic cement. I put quite a bit on, and then I just pressed it in place, the static grass, and let it dry overnight. I did put it in later in the evening, and it's drying. It looks fantastic. It does look like real grass, and that's what I was going for. And I used a very small section. There is so much of that scenescape stuff left, and I think I can do the rest of the stuff. So I want to give you guys a look at it if you've never seen it before. Like I said, I was trying to go around online to see anything about this product. This is it here, Scene Scapes, and it's by Bachmann. Apparently it's been around for a long time. I've never seen anyone, here's a little picture in the back on how you pull it apart. I've never seen anyone actually review it. This one is actually called Light Green. And I gotta say, it's a pretty cool little product. I'm definitely gonna give it a thumbs up. I do like it. And so if you guys are interested in it and learning more about it, I gotta say that this is the results I got so far, and I gotta say, splendid, fantastic looking, very realistic grass. They do come in 2mm and I think 4mm, and they might even have 6mm. I went with the 2mm because I have end scale, and I was just trying to get regular, like kind of lawn type grass, and I gotta say it looks fantastic. It does actually look like a lawn type grass that hasn't been cut for a while, but I think it looks good. So here you can see I have the wild grass also up here on that first tier waterfall, and it looks pretty cool. I'll give you another angle of that waterfall and some of the things I added in there so you can see better. Okay everyone, so this is that other section I did where I put more gravel in. I put some small little rocks in, and I did put in a branch or tree. This is where the first drop, pretty tall drop of water, is going to go straight down into a pool, and it's going to be very current's going to be very driven here and down there, and it's going to be very current driven all the way through here. So it's going to be like white rapids. And the reason I have a lot of those rocks there, I'm going to have a lot of splashes of water going over the rocks and stuff. And it's going to be, I plan it to look pretty cool. I hope I can achieve it, what I see in my head and from the pictures I have. But yeah, you could actually have a figure or something go from one side to the other. And then there's going to be a little waterfall right where my finger is. The rest is going to be water. And then I have that stuff there to dam it off so it shouldn't shoot over the side. And then when it's level to that, I'm going to put the waterfall on top. This section I might only need one layer of water, but the other sections most likely are going to get 2 layers. Okay, so this is somewhat of a top-down view of this area. This is basically the main area that I've been focusing a lot on. You can also see the static grass that I also added this week, and I also worked on some kits I didn't show you. I just want to really focus on the water at this point and anything around the water. We're definitely going to be putting in the fine turfs up in this region, and back in here, just to get them on there. That's the only thing I'm really worried about, going into the riverbed and mixing in with water. I really don't want that. So once I get them in, I'll vacuum up the riverbeds and get ready to pour water. Like I said, this section here where my hand's covering, I really have to focus on that. And then just right underneath this overpass. So let's move that off. And so right in here where my finger is, and then right over here where my finger is. This is all empty spots. We'll get some very small scenery. I don't really know what I'm going to put in there yet. If I'm going to put some more of these reeds in, or if I'm just going to put some grass in there or something, or some bushes. But and I still have to weather these roads, and I'm not completely done with the paint. Hey everyone, so somebody asked for a top-down shot of the layout, like full layout. Okay, this is the high as I can get my camera on the tripod to go. And I am as zoomed out as far as I can go, and you can see I can't actually fit the whole layout in. And it's a mess. You can see I got a lot of stuff out here. So I guess what I can do is I can kind of pan and scan. I'm going to try to get it so the camera's not jerking around. You can see over here we have this side where I have stuff on here, obviously, because I am working over in the cove mainly. You can see if I move around, you get kind of a top-down shot.